already started it. Okay. I welcome you all on our 78th episode, and I am Neeta Aneja, and I'm the founder of Trends Literature Series. I really cannot express my happiness and delight enough in words in welcoming the world-renowned well-being experts, authors, and speakers, Khurshed Batliwala and Dinesh Ghodke, on our show today. It's such a privilege to have them with us today. I really look forward to discussing the much talked about and a very, very powerful book, Sleep Your Way to Success. This book is all about improving our health, productivity, creativity, and much more through sleep. And also it discusses the clear, actionable roadmap to success. So welcome Khurshed, welcome Dinesh on our channel today. It's such a privilege to have you. Yes, Jai Gurudev. And before I move on to my Q&A round, I would request everyone to please subscribe to our channel, Trends Literature Series, and definitely hit the bell icon to get all the notifications on all the author interactions that we keep on having. I'll begin my conversation round with you, Bhava. And I really, you really want everyone to take the superpower of sleep really seriously. And you both want 1 million people to be at least empowered by this wonderful book and by the idea of the fact that sleep is definitely non-negotiable. And you've been talking about sleep for a very long time. In fact, I saw your video as early as September 2019 when you were talking about the importance of sleep. So, I mean, what was the turning point that you really thought about writing this book, this fabulous book on sleep?
So I went through a very bad phase of insomnia and the associated problems that happen with it, panic and anxiety attacks, stuff like that. It was quite a dark period of my life. And I had decided at that time that I wouldn't go for any allopathic intervention. In fact, my doctor herself told me that I can give you a very mild pill, but it is still a beginning of an addiction. And she said, you are a meditator, you know how to fix yourself. So don't do this. Don't go in with this in quote shortcut way. And so I researched about sleep, ironically, in the time that I couldn't sleep. I sat and read many books. I trawled through websites, journals, white papers. And if you distill all the science out and see what is being really recommended, I started following that in my life. And I'm a very honest, straightforward, frank person. So I didn't hide that I couldn't sleep, that I had, these issues. People knew about it. And as they saw me becoming better, many other people who were not so open about their problems came to me and said, Baba, and people call me Baba. So that's because I'm a Parsi, by the way. What can you, what did you do? How did you fix yourself? What's going on? How, so I said, yeah, fine, I can tell you. So over the course of a few years, I must have helped a few hundred, maybe 1,000 people also, I don't know, lost count now, fixing their sleep and sleep related issues. And then overwhelmingly people started saying, write a book, write a book, write a book. Anyway, your third book is due, So, so that's how this book was born. But we didn't just stop at sleep, because sleep is the foundation of success. Without sleep, there is no question of success.
So right.
Right. So we thought, okay, let's take it one step further and create a a kind of a part two in the same book, which deals with the idea of success once you have fixed the foundations, right? And so the second part of the book, if you may call it that, is a series of success chunks, which will allow you to define your own version of success. Because what my idea of success is would be very different from yours, would be very different from, say, Alka's, would be very different from so many other people who are watching here today, right? So we created this process in the book. It's called in the chapter called the Pizza of Life, where we allow you to define your own success and then go ahead and create the environment, create the mindset to actually get out there and achieve it. And of course, the title "Sleep Your Way to Success" is so cheeky and so irresistible that it just had to happen that way.
You just mentioned the chapter Pizza of Life, and I must tell everyone that's definitely my favorite chapter among all the favorite chapters. In fact, all of the chapters are favorite of mine, but definitely this has so many, takeaways in one single chapter that one needs to really read the book and find out though. Coming to you, Dinesh, you and Baba discovered yoga and meditation perhaps 30 years back when you were in IIT Bombay. And you've brought this, both of you have brought this to hundreds and thousands of people across 35 countries. And you've already co-authored the book, Ready, Steady, Go, and Happiness Express earlier. And you have really a very nice award-winning YouTube channel too. In fact, in this book, you've written various, your takeaways in various poetry forms, And there is a small poem in the book in which you say in the end that smile and sleep, your success, true. Sculpt a beautiful, youthful, and smarter you. So, I mean, coming to you, do you really believe that imbalance in body is reflection of imbalance of lifestyle? And also, second part is that do you really think that there is a correlation between sleep and diseases?
Yes, definitely there is, and not just the science, but everybody's everyday experience, talks about this. Night that we don't sleep, the next day is, it goes somehow feeling groggy, and it isn't as impactful as we would like it to be. I remember my days in IIT, those 4 years in IIT, I never had an all-nighter, and at that time I used to feel quite incapable, and I'm a failure. I have so many students and so many of my friends, they have all-nighters before exams or before some important thing, and I just go to sleep. I can't stay awake. But now I feel proud about myself that I would sleep instead of staying awake. And another thing that I remember from my growing up days, my elder brother, if he had any problems, like a big problem or something, his go-to technique would be the bed. Go to bed, go to sleep. After 20 minutes, half an hour, he would come out either with a solution or with the energy to sort of resolve it in some way. And now when I look back, yeah, this even in life works. You go to sleep at night with some problem, and you'll wake up with some brilliant idea. And science shows, we've said that in our book, how that REM part of the sleep, it connects all the dots, all the information that we have, and some new brilliant ideas could come up. So many discoveries, inventions in history have happened that way. Whether it is Ramanujan or whether it is the benzene ring structure, they've happened in sleep, in those moments of. So yes, it makes our brain smarter. It makes our bodies healthier, because the time we sleep, our brain, if we tighten our fist like this is how our brain is when we are working on some problem. We are doing something with focus. At sleep, the whole brain relaxes. The interstitial spaces between, in the brain, it increases by 60%. And there is a fluid called the cerebrospinal fluid. It cleanses the toxins that have been created. So now this beta amyloid, this toxin that is there, it is implicated in so many of these brain degenerative diseases, be it Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and dementia. And just by sleeping, enough and a good night's sleep, deep sleep, all this gets flushed out. So you come out like you're saying, a younger, smarter version of yourself.
So very right. In fact, in the book, I would tell everyone that it's really written in a very nice way, because even when you describe about N1, N2, and the various stages of sleep, you've done it so well that, to a layman like me, it made so many things clear. And the kind of anecdotes the book has, it's simple, I would say very impactful, the way you've written it. And really, congratulations on that. And it's a must read, I must say, for all the age groups. And one of the very important suggestions coming to you, Baba, in fact, I've heard you a couple of times talking about it, but you have to talk here too about this factor that when you mentioned that there is no need of an alarm clock. And I think you need to talk about that, because it was such an insight when you wrote about that in the book. And I'm sure it's an important takeaway from the book. Please definitely let the readers know about it, please.
So alarm clocks. Okay, so if I ask anybody what is your age, so if I ask Dinesh, how old are you?
47.
He says he's 47, but he's wrong. His body is actually millions of years old. This body that we all have has been sculpted by evolution through the ages, right? Now, it is a matter of survival that, say, if you are asleep and you are in some jungle, some cave somewhere, and there is disturbance in the environment, your brain is going to wake you up. Otherwise, you are going to become breakfast or something like that for some animal, isn't it? So the slightest noises in the environment, our brain is pre-programmed by evolution over the millennia to rouse us from slumber, and not just rouse us from slumber. Oh, okay, oh, I'll have nice stress, not like that, but ready to fight or flight, because your very life is at stake over here. Now, if you fast forward into the technological age that we are in today, uh, the brain has not realized that technology has happened. Evolution has not accounted for technology in its path towards creating us. So the beeping of an alarm clock, or even the most soothing, beautiful thing that you can have your alarm clock sing to you in the morning, still, as far as the brain is concerned, registers as danger. And so it floods your system with, with cortisol and adrenaline, which are the stress hormones, which will then float in your body for the whole day, making you more irritable, more grumpy than you normally are. And that is the best thing that can happen. Because with a spike in adrenaline and cortisol, your blood pressure will spike, your heartbeat will increase, you're getting ready for a fight, right? And when this happens chronically every single day, you are setting yourself up for hypertension, you are setting yourself up for cardiac problems. You may even end up getting a paralysis stroke, simply because you use the alarm on a daily basis. So the biggest favor I think you can do to yourself is ban the alarm and wake up naturally. Now, the very next question that I get asked is, but then I have a schedule, I have to be here on time, yeah, I understand. And for the first 7 to 10 days, your schedule is going to go for a toss. But I think it's better the schedule goes for a toss than your health goes for a toss. Isn't it? If you're setting yourself up for a heart attack, I don't think you will mind that 5, 6, 7, 10 days you have been little late for work, you have messed up a little bit here and there, so that in the future you don't get a heart attack. Isn't it? I think that's a very, very good bargain. If you know what I mean, right? So stop using the alarm clock, wake up naturally every day, and you will find that your body finds its rhythm in a few days, and you will wake up literally plus or minus 5 minutes every day. Like if you normally wake up at 7:15, you will wake up between 7 and 7:30. So this is a big, huge gift that you can give to your body. Stop using the alarm clock to wake up.
And you've also mentioned, and somebody else, Aruna, is also writing that, maybe alarm clock can be used for sleep.
Absolutely.
And not for waking up.
So what I say is that you set the alarm to indicate now it is time to sleep, so that you shut off your Facebook, shut off your Instagram, shut off your WhatsApp, shut off your phone, forget about the emails till morning, and disconnect yourself. You know that, okay, if I need to sleep at 11 p.m., then my alarm rings at 9:30 to tell me, hey, time to wind down, time to, relax, chill. Because, there are a lot of systems in the body that need to adjust themselves so that you can get good night's sleep, right? And you need to give it, you need to give the body time for that.
Absolutely.
Right?
So right.
So just hitting the bed, okay, I have to sleep at 11 and 10:55, you stop everything and just go to sleep. It's not going to happen. You will toss and turn, all sorts of thoughts will be there. You will end up sleeping only at 12 o'clock. You have wasted that 1 hour in bed, right? So if you want to sleep at 11, I would suggest you start your winding down at 10 o'clock, where you disconnect yourself, maybe take a hot shower, have a small glass of, milk, hot milk. If you are vegan, you can skip that and have some lavender tea or chamomile tea. These kind of things allow your body to unwind. Wear fresh clothes, fresh pajamas, fresh clothes. These kind of things give a very strong message to the brain that the day is over, time to sleep. Tell everything in the body that now we are going to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of using the alarm in the morning to wake up, use the alarm. And just as how in the morning when the alarm rings and you get out of bed, same way when the alarm rings, you shut everything down, get into bed.
And not only these suggestions, I think you've mentioned a lot of suggestions in the book on winding up rituals. I think that's as important as sleeping. And I think once you read the book, you find out so many rituals, small little details, and I would say very, very practically written
Exactly.
down all the points.
In fact, Neeta, what we are doing now is because of the overwhelming response that we have had, we are actually creating a whole online recorded workshop for about 40-45 days, where we will baby step walk people through the good habits so that by the 45th day, they are really having the best quality sleep. We are going to call it the Power of Sleep workshop. And we are in the process of recording it, editing it. It should be ready within another month or two. And that would be a really fabulous thing for anybody who wants absolutely the best quality sleep. Because when you have the best quality sleep, you are properly rested, you get these brilliant ideas, you just automatically gravitate towards success.
So right, absolutely. In fact, Sleep Your Way to Success is definitely an eye-opening book on closing the eyes for the right reasons, for the best reasons. Coming to you, Dinesh, I know there's so many takeaways for everyone in the book, and it's I would say plethora of knowledge in this book. But while you were writing the book, what were the takeaways for you? I mean, there are a few things that you learned while researching, something that you didn't know about, and something perhaps you missed out in the book, and maybe a second book will come. So how's it going? What is the main takeaway also for you as an author writing this book?
Yes, I've read a quote that says the quality of your success depends on your daily routine. So sleep is part of that daily routine. At the same time, certain habits, when we do in particular way, we set time for that. We have our big goals sorted out. We strategize towards it. So few things we put that into our daily routine, then success becomes natural, and of course sleep becomes much better. So that was my big takeaway, that we need to have these cues, these triggers every day, or some rituals which are joyful, which are celebrated, and which bring a lot of dividend over time.
So right, and coming to you, Baba, a lot of people say that you can compensate sleep through meditation. In fact, you've devoted a lot of your book, some parts on this, that there is no comparison between sleep and meditation. I mean, they're two different things. It cannot be like that you meditate more and you sleep less. So what is your take on that, and what will you like to tell us about that?
Correct. So sleep is one state of consciousness. Meditation is another state of consciousness. And just as being awake is a third state of consciousness, right? So in fact, if you look in our book, we have that, 1 second, let me just find it for you. we have the different. There you go. Can you see that? So you have the different brain waves. It's on page 35.
Right.
So you have the different brain waves of people as they are awake, sleeping, in light sleep, deep sleep, meditation, and so on. And you will see that the brainwave patterns are really, really different for each stage. And just as you cannot say that, I will accomplish what what I need to do in my sleep, what I need to do when I'm awake. If you say something like that, people will say you're cuckoo, right? Similarly, how can you say that you can accomplish in meditation what you can accomplish in the sleep state?
So right.
Both are required. In fact, great sleep gives you deep meditation, and deep meditation sets you up for great sleep. It's a positive feedback loop. So for the people who are meditating, they have got a super advantage over the people who don't, simply because a person who is a non-meditator takes a little longer to slip into the deeper levels of sleep, and they come out from the deeper levels of sleep also faster. A person who is a meditator goes into the deeper levels of sleep much faster and stays there much longer. So even though you are sleeping the same 8 hours, a meditator gets more benefit through his sleep than a non-meditator, but it is not enough that you can skip entire sleep cycles. So you would still need to do the 7.5 hours, 8 hours of sleep, which is recommended for people who are leading a so-called modern lifestyle. Now, if your lifestyle includes a lot of gymming, a lot of, say, weightlifting, a lot of physical activity, you would need even more than 8 hours.
In fact, you mentioned the hours of sleep for all the age groups in the book. And I think that's very, very beneficial. As I just mentioned that over the course of reading the book, I have already improved my sleep pattern. Because I was quite disturbed about it, but reading the book definitely gives you a perspective and gives you so much of knowledge in improving not only your sleep pattern and then your success through the sleep. But how does sleep deprivation compromise on immunity? That is one side you've also touched in the book. That it really you really have a lot of problem with your immunity once your sleep deprived.
Because during sleep, your immune system is restocked, so to speak. If you think of your immune system as an army, then during sleep, the army is reloading their guns. If you don't sleep, you may have the army, but they are without ammunition. Right? So therefore, you are so much more susceptible to disease because your soldiers don't have the firepower to shoot the intruders, so to speak. That restocking happens during sleep.
So very right. And in fact, there is one chapter on baby and sleep that you mentioned such good content on how one can improve one's sleep while you have a small baby in the house. But how could you get all the mothers to share their stories? I mean, there's so many mothers who give such good experiments and experiences.
Neither Dinesh or I are planning a baby in this particular lifetime. And therefore, we cannot possibly be experts. Whatever we have written so far, we have written out of our own experience.
Yes.
And yet, as we were writing the book, so many moms would tell me, you have to put a chapter on, new moms. How do they handle their sleep, right? And so we thought, let us just talk to the moms we know who have been successful, who have raised fairly good kids, and get their perspective. And I think if you read that entire chapter, I mean, each mom has her own specific advice that she gives. But overwhelmingly, all the moms said, ask for help. Ask for help, right? Yeah. So, in fact, Madhushri, she writes, she says, it takes a village to raise a child. And it was so obvious when I had my children that, I require the help of people around me. Right? It's good for the children, it's good for the people, it's good for the mom. So ask for help. And yes, there are many other cool little things that many moms have done, which many moms have now read and are finding so useful.
Yes. In fact, there are a lot of stories, and each of them were different experiences altogether. I have a lot of questions, but I'll also like to move on to my interactive round. We have some very nice people waiting to ask you some questions. We have Mr.
Course.
Amit Bansal. He's author of the book, The Call of Mahadev. And in fact, he was a guest author on our 71st episode. He's from IIM Ahmedabad, and he's a very senior banker in Middle East. Mr. Amit Bansal. Good evening, Amit.
Yes, namaskar, good evening, and namaskar, Babaji and Dinesh ji.
Hi, Amit.
Yes, hi. So nice to hear your views on this very important topic and very contemporary, topic. I wanted to know what is your advice, given the epidemic that is sweeping the current generation. And I'm not talking of the corona epidemic. I'm talking of the screen epidemic, where we have screens all around us and screens in our bedrooms, in our bathrooms. The mobile accompanies us everywhere, and that is a major cause why people are cutting down on their sleep time. And even when they're sleeping, it is not giving a very good sleep because of the blue lights and filters. And so, what is your advice on how one can manage that?
As with anything that is really worth it, a bit of discipline will go a very long way. See, Amit, you are a banker, right? And you know so clearly that if you want to grow your money, if you want to grow your wealth, then it is a question of having discipline to invest month after month, year after year, right? You cannot, the kind of return that you get on a say 20-30 year period is nothing compared to the return you will get on a 1 or 2 year period, even if you put the same amount of money, isn't it? Right? So the compounding effect, that is the hallmark of any investment. What is it that is required? You require discipline and consistency, and that is what makes you super rich. I was reading Morgan Housel's Psychology of Money, and he talks about this guy who is a high school janitor in one small city in America, one small little hamlet, literally, and he died with $8 million in his bank. And the way he did that was just over the years, he kept putting a little bit of his savings into investments, into mutual funds, and the money grew. It was just a question of discipline and consistency. Similarly, if you want your health to become better, then you have to have that discipline and consistency of not just knowing, oh, okay, screens are not good for me. I know that. But despite knowing it, if I'm going to keep the screen on, it's like having a membership in the gym and never going to work out. Nothing happens, right? So just knowledge by itself is not enough. The implementation is what is important. And this is one of the reasons why we, created this, are in the process of creating this, our Power of Sleep workshop. Because I know many people are going to be reading the book and say, oh my God, I know I should do this, but they don't do it. But if you are part of a community, if you're part of a tribe, and everybody's kind of, hey, aaj kiya kya tumne? Did you shut the screen today? And in that way, when we gamify the process and we make it even more fun than the screens, I hope that people will start taking their sleep much more seriously than the screens.
Thank you. Thank you, Amit ji. Next, we have Mr. Sushil Poddar. He's the author of the book Blaze, A Son's Trial by Fire. And he was our guest author on our 63rd episode. He's the Commissioner of Income Tax in Bombay. Thank you, Sushil ji.
Namaskar, Baba or Dinesh ji. First of all, I must congratulate both of you on authoring such a wonderful book. Now, sleep your way to success. There are two words. It's not a question, first of all. It's my thought, and I would invite your thought after listening to my thought. Sleep your way to success. Now, sleep is intangible and success is tangible. And when we talk about tangible things, it creates its own distress. Now, success, in pursuit to success and handling your success, it creates disturbance in your mind. What is more important according to me is your karma, 100% karma towards your goal without bothering too much about success. So when we talk about success and tagging it with sleep, I have some problem. I think the better way to phrase it according to me would be, I think, to describe a good sleep is to have peace with oneself. There are persons who appear very successful, but we know for sure some of them do not have proper sleep, or sleep is induced by some form of mechanical agents. What they actually lack is not having peace with himself. In today's competing world's time, if sleep provides me a way to peace with myself, then success will fall in place, how big or how small it is. So my way of reflection is to tag sleep with peace. And then if I have peace, success will not matter to me. This is my thought. I would like to have your reflection. Thank you very much.
Yes, a peaceful, calm mind is definitely an asset to have. And when you have a peaceful, calm mind, like we've been saying, Dinesh and I have been saying for the last 30 years as we have been teaching the Art of Living courses, when you have a peaceful, calm mind, automatically the decisions you take are good, intelligent, rational decisions. When your mind is not all right, when your mind is messed up, when you are frustrated, tired, angry, then automatically you tend to take decisions which you are not so proud of. I mean, I can ask all our listeners: is there a single decision that you have, that you have made in the past, whatever years you have been on the planet, when you are angry that you are proud of, or when you are tired that you are proud of? The answer is resounding no. So definitely we have to take care of the mind. There is no doubt about it. And one of the ways of doing it is meditation. And another, I would say, even more accessible way of doing it. Though today with, Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji's Art of Living courses, they are so 100% accessible. But even more hardwired into us is the ability to sleep. So you are right. Sleep will definitely bring a sort of a peace. It will definitely allow you to think rationally, create good decisions, and therefore success will follow. As you said, whether it is big or small, what we have gone ahead in the book and done is we have said that sleep is the foundation of success, any success, whatever it is. Okay, and peace of mind is a byproduct of sleep. So once you have made the foundation, then to get towards any sort of success, even with your karma. What is karma? Karma is just action which produces consequences, right? So you have to take the proper action so that the proper consequences manifest in your life. And when you don't know where you are going, it's very difficult to get there. If I know I have to go to Delhi, then I know I have to sit in a train or a flight from Bangalore to go towards Delhi. If I sit in a plane or flight that is going towards Kanyakumari, it is no point. I want to go to Delhi, right? So the ability to define what is success for you will actually come when you sleep properly, when you meditate, when you have a calm, peaceful mind, which you rightly pointed out. But once you have managed to get that man ki shanti, what can we do now to channelize that energy towards something that is life enhancing, not just for you also, but for the whole community around you? And that is where the success part takes.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best for the success of this book. God bless you.
Thank you, Sushilji. In fact, there are so many quotes in the book. For example, you just said that it can be difficult to get where you want to be when you have no idea where you're going. Something like this, I mean, I have been inspired by a lot of quotes that are given in the book, inspirational messages that you need to find out once you read the book.
Yes, I would like. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
There's a link in the chat box.
Yeah, please. I'll buy this book.
Next, we have Alka Khanna. She is a social entrepreneur, an industrialist, and she's one of the most frequent attendees on our show. Yes, Alka, please.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to put on my.
Maybe you can just ask the question. Let the video not come because no, you're fine. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I must congratulate you on this wonderful book that you've written and the great work that you both are doing. Actually, I am a big ardent fan of yours, and this seems to be like an epidemic. This lack of sleep for the next generation, actually. So I'm so glad that you've touched this topic. Can you hear me?
Yes, properly. Right.
Okay. What I want to know, one little silly question that I have, though I sleep very good and everything, I just want to know, how do you manage to smile all the time? That is my question to you. To you both, Dinesh and Baba. I just want to know how you manage to smile all the time. That trick I want to learn.
So it's not a silly question at all. But I think the smiles come from our commitment towards our health and our well-being. And that includes making sure that we meditate every day, making sure that we sleep enough, making sure that we exercise, making sure that we are having good healthy food, and making sure that we continuously learn and upgrade ourselves, so that we can even, both of us teach courses, and our passion is that we want to make the experience for our students even better. It's always even better, right?
True, true.
And I guess when you do all that and people around you are happy and you are happy, you can't help but smile.
I don't know, starting from Shri and all the followers, all the trainers, all the masters, but I don't know, I have not learned how to smile so much. I laugh, but I want to continuously smile like you both.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to keep the smile there. As long as you feel great, that's enough.
No, I feel happy inside, but I want it reflecting on my face, because that, I think, adds charm and beauty to your face. Because
You
Dinesh,
have a lovely anyway.
I have done a lot of yoga with Dinesh ji guiding and everything. I just marvel, like, it's great doing anything with you. And thank you both for contributing. And this is a wonderful topic. And I hope a lot of youngsters are going to learn to sleep better, because I call this Ullu generation. They just don't know how to sleep, when to sleep.
Thank you, Alka.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll take one last question because I know you have a session next, and I'll invite Dia. She's wanting to ask you a question. Dia, you'll have to be very short because we are running out of time. Yes, she's in fact the co-founder of Trends Literature Series, and she's a student of class 11th, and she's an avid reader and a big fan of both of you. Yes.
Hi. So honestly, I've been very excited about this interaction for a very long time, because this is a topic that appeals to me. Like Alka ma'am mentioned, my generation does not sleep. So I am in 11th grade right now, and since the past year, honestly, I've been facing a lot of pressure when it comes to studies. So me and the people around me, I've seen that because of that, we've had days and nights, even though our parents keep on telling us to sleep, when we sleep as minimal as 2 to 3 hours, because of the rigorous curriculum that we are in, because we need to find out the time. And sometimes at night, that's the only time you can sit and breathe and do what you want to do. So I actually just wanted your opinion on that.
So, first, when I was your age, and I hate saying that because I still consider myself to be your age only. The other day I had gone to some friend's house and I had called his mom auntie, and she was so upset. But I also did a lot of this, what you are saying. Okay. The only thing is that when I hit 40, I paid for it in terrible ways. I had many health challenges that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy, right? So, of course, you enjoy yourself at this age, but you should have a plan that you can enjoy yourself at any age, right? And if you want to be healthy at 50, you cannot start at 49. You have to start way earlier, right? See, anybody can be healthy when they are 18, 19, 20, 25-year old. Not a problem. Your body is super resilient, super elastic. You bounce back very fast. But the damage that you do to it adds up. And before you know it, you have aches and pains, and your body doesn't cooperate with you anymore. And life just becomes so much more difficult with a body that doesn't cooperate, right? So, like I was telling Amit, if you want to be rich, you need to invest small amounts for a long time. Similarly, if you want to be healthy, you need to invest small amounts of your time towards health over a long period of time. That will keep you, going way into your 80s and 90s, even 100, who knows, and you will be not some doddering old person, but if productive, creative, contributing to the planet type of a person. So if you are looking at life with a long-term goal of sticking around on the planet beyond the age of 50, then for sure you need to cut out or at least cut down dramatically on these. See, once in a while you have a late night, you have an all-nighter, nothing is going to bother you. Okay, but it should be once in a while, not like twice a week. Right? So once in 15 days, once in 20 days, twice a month also I will give you. Okay, have fun, no problems. But if you are doing it on a regular basis, it's going to come back and hit you very, very hard, like it hit me. Now, there are two types of people. One is the intelligent person who learns from his own mistake, me. But I wish that you are the wise person who learns from the person who made the mistake. Okay, wise people learn from other people's mistake. They don't make the mistakes themselves. Right? The idiots are the ones who make the mistake, don't learn from other people's mistake, and still don't learn. They make the mistake and they keep doing it. So don't be an idiot, right? Be wise. And leave the intelligence to me, because I already did it. Okay, so have a long-term strategy for your life. Okay, and when you have that, okay, I need to be on this planet for 80, 90, 100 years, then today what should I do so that I am as bouncy and full of vibrancy at that time as I am right now? When you think of it in that terms, it is very easy to take decisions which are life positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. That really does. Thank you so much, Serge.
Welcome.
I would like to quote again one more message from the book, which said that whatever you accomplish in waking time is what you are able to do when you are sleeping. So thank you so much. I'm afraid we have run out of time, but we have a couple of more questions. We'll put it on the YouTube video, and we'll really.
We can take one more question. Neeta, we can take one more question.
You can take one more question, but I think you have a session at 8, doesn't...
I know we still have 7-8 minutes, so we can take one more question. Since you said there are so many questions, let's take one more question, and then the others can be kept on the YouTube chat, and Dinesh and I will make videos to answer those questions later.
Diya, you had one more question. Please, can you just ask very fast? Yeah, but very, very fast. Yeah.
Yes, so this was actually a follow-up question on the alarm clock thing. So honestly, I am somebody who can only wake up by alarm clocks, and I have like 10 alarms ringing in a row, and I know that does not feel nice. So I just wanted to ask you, what patterns can you set so that you can eventually get into that era, so as to say, in which you don't need alarms? Because honestly, I've tried and I could not wake up.
No, so the thing is that you could not wake up means that is not the right time for you to wake up. Okay, your body needs that much sleep, so you need to respect the body and give it that much sleep. Chuck the alarm. Now the second thing is, at your age, and I'm assuming you are whatever, 16, 17, 18, something like that.
16, yes.
Right? at your age, your sleep cycle is automatically by nature kind of pushed forward. So for you to sleep at even what normally people will say 10:30 is going to be very, very difficult. You will want to sleep late, 12:30 or 1 a.m., and then wake up late, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And you need to kind of create a schedule to accommodate that, rather than for sleeping at 1 a.m. and then waking up at 6 a.m. because because you need to do whatever you need to do. So you need to figure out a schedule such that you sleep at 1, you have your plus 8 hours or 9, you are waking up at 9, and then your day starts. All right. And here is something for all the parents and all the educators and all the people who are listening to this. Finland is considered to be the #1 country in the world as far as education is concerned. And the big law that they have passed is no educational institution in the whole country can start its operations before 10 a.m.
Okay.
And that was the one big thing that was done. A lot of colleges, schools in our country start at obscene times like 7 in the morning. This is a disservice to the students because their bodies need to be sleeping at that time, right? And when they are sleeping, like I said, the immune system is restocked, they feel fresher, energetic, their minds work better. So please, if you are a parent or you are an educator, prevail upon the school authorities, upon the educational institution authorities to not start school before 10 in the morning, because that is what will give our children the chance to sleep the amount they need to sleep, and that will make them so much more healthier and resilient in days to come. Thank you, Dia, for asking that question.
Thank you so much.
They fixed anything, they just fixed sleep.
Yeah.
And they made the students healthier and smarter. That's it.
So very right. And on that note, I'm afraid we'll have to end this session. But as you've said in the book, sleep is not a waste of time. You can sleep your way to success. So thank you so much, Bhava and Dinesh, for adding your grace on this session. It's such a wonderful day today. Since you're here, it's been insightful, it's been knowledgeable, and it's been something that we just don't want to end, but I'm afraid time is something that we have to look at. So thank you so much for being with us today.
You're welcome, Neeta. Thank you for having us on your show. And thanks to all the people who asked such amazing questions so that we could talk about this subject that we are so passionate about. And we invite everybody to join us on our mission of empowering 1 million people to harness the awesome power of sleep so that they can dramatically improve the quality of their lives.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. We are all with you.
More
Yes.
such conversations happen, then it will get into conduct.
And we'll invite you again once again. Thank you. Thank you. And Jai Gurudev. And thank you, Westland. And thank you, Shweta Bhagat, for making this session happen. And thank you everyone for joining in such a
Shweta is such a rock star. She's been getting us connected to so many wonderful people. So thanks.
Yes.
Bye.
And people can join even your live again on Kindle India Live on
Yes, we're going to
Instagram.
be live on Kindle in Instagram in the next 5 minutes. So
Yes.
you can
So
join
they'll
us
be there. So we'll all be there. I'm just joining you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You've made our day today.